All right. I tried. Hello, hello, hello. I am back. I am back live again 2 times in 1 day. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Black Link Mag Media. We are here live and we just have a few things to talk about. So I'm going to give YouTube a little bit of time to allow them to let people know that we are live. And oh gosh, it's here. And then I'm going to get us live on TikTok as well. So happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I don't know what's up with that one, but like I be creating lives. And so whenever I create it, I have to figure out how to go to that one that I created, right? So you guys come on in the chat. And as you come in, hit the like button. I'm gonna get us live on TikTok. What is this? Uh-oh. Okay. So anyway, welcome y'all. It's Wednesday night and we are going live for the second time today. As I said, as you come in, hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We really would appreciate that. We are also live on TikTok in about five. This morning was a really good conversation that we had, and we're just going to keep the momentum going. We're going to keep going live. Even if that means we're talking to ourselves, right? We can do that. Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna go live here. Go live. Um, I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna go live. Hey, TikTokers, welcome. We are live on TikTok and YouTube, and we're just allowing for people to come in tonight. I had created another live, and I don't know where it went, but hey, TikTok, we are live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for stopping by. Send us some hearts over here as we continue to get used to TikTok live. Um, thank y'all for stopping by. TikTok is letting people know that we're live as well over there. Also on YouTube, let people know we're live over here. So I'll give it a few minutes. I'm okay with that. And then I'm just going to jump right into the content that I have tonight. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday. And now you're ready to come and join me for the conversation, right? This morning was really good. So we were live for probably about 30 minutes and we were talking about the EBT, the food stamp, the government shutdown. And people really engaged in that conversation. I think that when it really matters and hits home to people, like they can engage and they can engage in what you're talking about, it really makes a difference. And so for me, I feel like the EBT food stamp government shutdown affects every last one of us that live in the United States of these America, right? So I think I did it. Let me see. Ooh. Did I invite you? Hey BFF, thank you for being on TikTok. Um, I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube, but it's a little slow getting the word out. But we still gonna talk about it. And as I was saying, So as I was saying, the EBT and the food stamp thing, it hits home for everybody, and not just the people that don't work and get food stamps, but and assistance, but even the working person that gets food stamps, and the working person that thank you, BFF. And if it doesn't affect you directly, it definitely affects you indirectly. So there may be somebody that that get food stamps that are not going to be getting food stamps in a couple of days. There could be daycares, people that got to have daycare. And thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. And we're hearing daycares are shutting down. We even talked about this morning, daycares are furloughing their employees at daycare. So basically, you want us to come to work so your child can come to work, so you can go to work and make a check, but we're furloughed. So that conversation was really good, in that, like I said, it affects everybody across the board. So anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Hello, welcome to TikTok, you guys. Thank y'all for being here. I can't see nothing. I probably should put my glasses on. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start the content again. We won't be here that long, but we here. We are here, right? So if you come in on YouTube, hit the like button, if you will, on your way in, even if it's just to stop by to see what we're talking about. Hit the like button on your way in or out. That I would appreciate that. On TikTok, go ahead and send us some hearts. Intervene in the conversation, if you will, and we'll just get started. Let me pull up. Don't forget to share these out, you guys. There you are, APZ. I think I can do it now. Let me see. Yes, I think I can do it. I think. Let me see. Okay, got it. I think I did it, APZ. I think. But thank you for being here. So I don't know what's going on with my YouTube. APZ, if you can hear me, let me know you can hear me, because I don't see the face on there. It says that I'm live. I may have to go live from my phone. Does that mean you can hear me? Yeah. Oh, you got your wrench. Welcome to being a mod. Thank you, APZ. We finally got that done. Don't forget, you guys, to go ahead and share this live out to your friends. Just hit the share button, hit the like button. We appreciate it. So let me just get started. I'm gonna get started. I won't keep y'all long tonight, I promise, unless the conversation gets really good. So let me pull it up. The first thing I wanted to say, give me a second. All right. The first thing that I wanted to say is okay, good, APZ. Thank you. I wanted to say that we need to send out, if you will, prayers up for Masika. Masika Kalysha. I don't know what the second name is, but Masika. So Masika, she lost her husband, her estranged husband, which is her kid's father, in a car wreck. And so what happened is somebody was driving on the wrong side of the road and it took him out. So I know yesterday she came on live and she was she was startled. She was very upset yesterday, but she was just coming on for a brief moment to say, please do not post anything. Whatever you hear, let me be the one to put it out just for the purposes of my children. Let me get to my children first, and let me tell them what happened let me tell them what happened. At that point, we didn't know what happened. Um, but so we are finding out that her estranged husband, kid's father, passed away in a car wreck. She has little kids, so I mean, enough to where they know that who their daddy is, right? But and it's just a sad situation. So we're sending up prayers for her and hope that she can find the strength from God or whoever she believes in, her higher power, to get her through it, because it's hard. Like, I can't imagine having to have the conversation with my children about their father passing away. I know that it happens all the time, but that's just a hard thing to have to do. They're at school, right? And you got to go tell them, when you get them, you got to let them know what's going on. Capricorn. Oh, corporate luxury. Thank you for being here. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. So, if you guys don't know who Masika is, she was on Love and Hip Hop, and she's doing her thing now, and she's in her bag. So, but right now, her main concern is that she can get through this for her kids and be strong enough for her kids to get through it. So, we'll send up prayers for her on that one. Now, my next one is, Pastor Jamal Bryant. He catches a lot of flack, right? You can always go to a blog and find something going on about Pastor Jamal Bryant. But I want to commend Pastor Jamal Bryant at this point, because when I first came on, I talked a little bit about the EBT situation. So for his church, they were in the middle of trying to raise $1 million for whatever that church needed. And so he has put that on hold. And he was like, any money that you wanted to give, that you were going to give, please give it to someone that need it, that will no longer be getting their food stamps, their EBT, their assistance, someone that's maybe furloughed, is not making a check, and give that money to them. And until the government opens back up, give it to them. Don't give any money to the church. And I just commend him for that. I think that that's very considerate of him to have his members to put their money towards a cause to help somebody. And I know there's going to be a lot of that, right? When we get in turmoil, when people are in trouble, and it's like a nation, a spread across the nation, or a spread across a city, or a spread across a state, or whatever it is, people come together to help each other. And so I know that if we are who we say we are, that we will be helping one another to get through this. I was looking at the news, and maybe TMZ, I can't remember. And they had a senator representative, her name was Jasmine, and she was on there. And she is a representative. Her name is Jasmine Crockett. She is a Black lady, and she is a representative, a state representative, for the Republicans. And she was just like coming on and say, listen, I feel everything y'all are feeling. She said, but it comes from the top, and who we know who's at the top, right? Making the decisions. And she said, so when you can't get those at the top to come to the table to negotiate, then how can we talk about it if they won't come to the table and talk to us about it? So basically what I took from that is that she basically said leadership is chaos at the top, right? And that they cannot negotiate, they cannot decide or come to a happy medium, if you can get them to the table. So she said what's going on is that the Republicans are intimidated by the person at the top. And so basically, they feel threatened in a way, allegedly, that if they don't go along with the bull crap, then what could happen to them? what's so sad is he came back when she was saying all that. The interviewer said, okay, I get what you're saying. I get that. He said, but here's what's effed up about it. You get to go to work every day and still make your check, where these people, like, say, traffic controllers, they're getting to go to work and they get a check stub on their payday that says zero net income. Nothing. They get nothing. And we talked about this morning. Even if they're going to get compensated later, or they're going to retro back and pay them for however long they were furloughed, what happens right now? Like, what do they get to, what happens now? They still got mortgages, they still got bills, they still got kids, they still got daycare, they still got insurance to pay. What happens to them now? Like, what if they can't manage until, because no one knows now how long the government is going to be shut down. And again, it's a trickle effect. So it don't just affect one person or the other. It affects everybody across the board. And that means if I can't drop my kid off at daycare because daycare is shut down now, then I either have to take my kid to work with me, or I got to stay home with my kid. Like, no, there's nobody to keep my child, right? So I know here in the state of Oklahoma, there was a Head Start that said, by this Friday, you're going to have to figure out where to take your children, because there may not be any more Head Start right now, because they're just not getting what they need in order to stay above water. And so you think about all those kids in Head Start, all those kids in daycare. Even found out Galactic was on this morning when we went live, and she was saying that there are daycare workers that are furloughed. They're just going to come to work and keep the kids until they get paid. Donald Trump said if he has to, he has enough military to send to cities where it may get a little rough, right? Because people are not able to feed their children. If you look at social media across the board, then you'll see that people are like, if I don't get my food stamps, then I'm going to go in the store, and it's sad. I'm going to go in the store, I'm going to pick up some food, I'm going to get what I regularly get, and I'm going to walk out. And I dare somebody to follow me to my car. So with those types of conversations, and it's just not one person here or there, it's a lot of people talking that way, right? He says, Donald Trump says if he needs to, he can send the military to whatever city. So let me look at the chat real quick. APZ says, right, some make it sound like okay, Marvin, let's just put your glasses on. You singing, Bridget? Yes, mute. Right. Some make it sound like them getting their money later is some favor or blessing to them. It's sad. Exactly. Later is too late. Like, later is too late. Like, the landlord's not going to wait, or the mortgage company is not going to wait for you to catch me up, to give me my money later. Okay, yeah, it's fine and well that you're going to retro back, but what about now? What are we doing now? Hey, everybody on TikTok land, thank y'all for being here. Send me some hearts over here. I appreciate it. You guys hit the like button as you come in on YouTube. We are live over here as well. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and I just can't fathom. I just can't believe the fact that they are coming. That they're literally going to allow for this to happen. Now, there are some entities I know in Tennessee and across, the US that are trying to get ahead of this, right? They're trying to get ahead of this crisis, because that's what it is. And so they're putting food banks together. They're raising funds as much as they can. But here's the kicker. They are not sure how long they're going to be able to do it, because if people ain't working, if they're working for free, then they can't donate like they normally donate to people, right? So when we say a trickle effect, that's across the board. And so with this Jasmine Crockett, what she's saying is, we hear y'all loud and clear. If we could stop it right now, we would. But it comes from the top, and at the top is chaos. And that's what she said. And that a lot of them are intimidated by that, or by the people at the top. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Hey, Angela Taylor. Hello, everybody at TikTok on TikTok. APZ says Walmart is supposed to be closing and only allowing people to shop online to cut them. Wow. Does that mean where you live that's going to happen? Or are they saying Walmarts across the country? Because Walmart is pretty busy. Walmart is pretty busy when it's the 1st or the 15th of the month and people go get their food. But I understand them having to, I understand them having to protect themselves and their employees. But we'll see what happens. Like, we have just a short 2 days before this is going to take effect. And there's nothing in sight that says that they're going to make a decision by Friday to open the government back up. I mean, they need to be at the table, like right now at this time of night, right now. They need to be at the table having that conversation about what they're going to do for these people. So that's where I hear it's just hearsay. Oh, hearsay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can see it happening, APC. I can see it happening for the simple fact that it's going to be crazy. So they were also asking the question about, like, what if I already still have some remaining funds on my card? I think that it's fine. You can go use what you have remaining on your card. If it's anything left on that, is what the response was, I believe. Allegedly, I don't know. But I think the response is that if you have something remaining, you can use it. That's crazy. That is so crazy. But hey, Spencer Smith. Hey, everybody over on TikTok. So anyway, I hope that everybody can, manage through this. Some people, so there was also where this lady was a federal worker. She was a government worker. She was in line and they were like interviewing people, and she's at a food bank and she started crying. She said, "We haven't hurt nobody. We've done nothing to nobody. And this hurts. This hurts us because we serve as a government worker. We serve others. We've hurt nobody. And now here we are. Don't know how we're going to make ends meet. Don't know how we're going to survive, keep our homes, keep our utilities on, keep food coming in, keep our kids taken care of. We don't know." And that is scary. It's a scary thing for people. I don't know how many Walmarts. Yeah. The chat disconnected. I don't know what's going on with my chat. Did you go APZ? Did it take you away? Did it take you out? So you guys, I'm gonna take a pause and say if you could get the likes up over here on YouTube and make it match. So if somebody's here haven't hit the like, I would appreciate it. A free way to start to support the channel. Over on TikTok, thank y'all for being here. Whoever's here, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. All right, so let's move on. So if you guys remember, Tyrese is facing charges about his Cane Corso dogs. Remember? So I hope my chat is okay. Let me see. All right. So, there's Bridget. Hey, Jackie Graham. Thank you for stopping by really quick. Hey, everybody in the chat. I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know on YouTube, because it seemed like something is kind of shaky with the Wi-Fi on this end, and I don't know why. But anyway, let's move on. Tyrese is facing charges about his cane corso dogs, right? So, Lil Boosie, he has cane corsos as well. There are really pretty dogs. They are, but they can be really vicious dogs too. Are you on? I'm back on both. I don't know what I be doing. So are you on YouTube too? Because I don't see you in the chat. Can you say hi, Bridget? I see you on TikTok, but I don't see you on YouTube. And send me a chat on YouTube. Let me see if I can see you. Because can you see the chat on YouTube? Because it's telling me the chat disconnected. Okay. So moving on. I'll wait for Bridget to do that. But anyway, Lil Boosie has some cane corsos, right? He was out in Dallas, and a burglar tried to rob his house. His cane corso ran the man down, whoever was trying to break in his house, ran him down, attacked him, bit him. Boosie said there was blood still on the fence where they got, where the dog got him, but he got him out of there before he could actually break into his house. Now, here's my thing. It's one thing to have your dogs out running around and scaring people, attacking other dogs. That's one thing. But it's another thing to have your dog in the privacy of your fence, your home, put up, whatever, doing things the right way, and somebody comes and try to violate your home, and your dog protects your home while you're not there. I don't see nothing wrong with that, because you shouldn't be going to try to rob somebody's house when they're out of town. Well, luckily they were out of town, because Boosie said if he would have been there, it would have been a whole different story with somebody trying to rob his house. And I get that. So while it is very dangerous for cane corsos to run around and attack dogs and attack other people, I feel like it's to each his own to have their dogs put away legally the way they're supposed to, behind the fence on a chain, not running around the neighborhood where people are scared to come out of their door and get in their car. But to protect your home, I don't feel like Bridget, what's the yes for? Yes, you can see the chat and you on YouTube. No, you can't see the chat on YouTube. Let me know. I'm texting you on YouTube, but I'm assuming you don't see it. But yep, I guess it's not working on this end. I'm sure other people are too. I don't know what happened to my chat. Did you see my? Okay, I'm going to put something in the chat and YouTube. Tell me, do you see it? I just sent it. Do you see? Are you getting my chats? Okay. And my other question, Bridget, you're not seeing my chats. Can you hear me on YouTube? Okay, well, if you can hear me, I guess I'll fix the chat after the live, or maybe it'll come back on. I don't know what happened. But anyway, so that's Boosie and that's the cane corso. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Tyrese is having to face whatever he's having to face with his dogs. because they got out several times and he had been warned allegedly several times. And then ultimately his dogs attacked and unalived somebody else's dog. So, but in this instance, Boosie's dog was absolutely right. Protect your home. He said he gave him a steak the next day for protecting his home like he was supposed to while he was out of state. So anyway, that's Lil Boosie. So let's move on. Um, all right. So did you guys see Soldier Boy going off on live on his former employee? His former employee is Charlie Rocket, right? So Charlie Rocket comes on. He has an interview with Candy Burris, right? And he was saying that I'm sorry, y'all, that I can't see y'all's chat on YouTube, but I am live on TikTok. If y'all want to go over on TikTok, Black Link Magazine, and we can talk there. But if you want to stay here on YouTube and just listen, that's fine. I'll get it fixed. We'll be back in business in the morning. But right now, Bridget said y'all can't see my tech. I'm actually putting in chat, typing in the chat, and she said she can't see mine, and I couldn't see hers. So sorry about that. But anyway, so Charlie Rocket is, but I guess Soldier Boy's ex-employee. So they was in Las Vegas, and he said they stayed at the Bellagio Hotel. Bellagio Hotel. I think I'm saying it right. But he said they stayed at that hotel, and he said he had been there for 4 days without nothing to eat. He had been treated really bad. He said, so Soldier Boy calls him and says like he wanted to make this viral video. And he said that he called him and he said, come on up to my room. He said, I'm gonna make this video, but I'm gonna order room service. And he said, Boosie, he said, let me get off of Boosie. We're on Soldier Boy. He said, then Soldier Boy, he said, okay. He went up to the room. Soldier Boy ordered like $1,000 worth of room service food, right? So they did what they had to do, worked, whatever, made the video. And then there was so much food left, like a lot. And he said he saw those chicken fingers over there and he was so hungry. He had ate like 3 or 4 days. He said, so he asked Boosie, he was like, can I get some chicken? You know, I see them chicken fingers over there. Can I get some chicken? Like, I'm really hungry. And Soldier Boy was like, yeah. And he claimed, Charlie Rocket claimed, the former employee, he claims that Soldier Boy stood up and then before he walked off, spit in the food. And so he couldn't eat, is what he's saying. He said he was treated wrong, really bad while he was there. And he's actually going on podcasts talking about it. So young Soldier Boy gets on his live and he goes off on him. Why would I spit in your food? He was like, I should have did more than that. I should have threw up in your food. I should have poo-pooed in your food. I should have all kinds of stuff. He said, what you did is, he said, your people will whip us on the back and treat us we're slave, treat us like slaves or whatever he was saying. But he was like, I should have, like, basically saying he did not spit in the food, but he should have, is what he said, if he gonna come out and say he did. But Charlie Rocket stood that's his story. He's sticking to it. He said he spit in the food. And I'm thinking, why would he do that? And it's being $1,000 just to do that. Like, give it away if you don't want it, right? So I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but that's the story. You guys can find him on Instagram going off on his live. Did y'all see Glorilla at the NBA game with her man? She got a man in the NBA, y'all. But they was coming to a game and she had her little heels on and fell in front of the whole crowd of all them people in the arena. She fell on her knees. Embarrassing, but she Glorilla, shake it off and keep it pushing. She's still my homegirl. Had to throw that in. I really probably will just go live from my phone on these other ones because I don't like the fact that my chat is not working. I can't get people in. So at this point, I'm going to end the live on YouTube. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for stopping by. But I'm going to come back on YouTube live here in just a minute and finish out what I was going to talk about. But I think something's going on kind of shaky over here on YouTube. So let me log off. I'll see y'all right back here in just a minute. Let's end it right now. Okay.